You. Ethiopian Academy official Akwaba. Unchangeable Jesus, after you, may you. Mitruwa, me party. Mama ni mangwasi. Listen now. Oh. After you, may you. Ooh. Shea butter oil. Akwaba 2025. Let's go. Let's go. Akwaba, 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 Akwaba. Should in case maybe perhaps my bold look is confusing to you. Yes, it is me. Yes, I am doing amazing. No, there's nothing wrong with me. This is for my 53rd birthday. After you, now you, oh, unchangeable Jesus. Unchangeable Jesus. Jesus, the correct. Perfecto. After you. Eraditie. Na me beba udi ya bomrani. Me chiruwa me panshi. Mama mende mwazi. Isini what? Hey. Hey, me mama. Obubu me putra. Obubu me putra. So. Why is any what kind of that? Ready? When the most me no mistakes. Perfecto. Unveiling. Unchangeable Jesus. After who? Hey. So correct. Unchangeable Jesus. After you. And the pocket. So cheerful. Oh, honey, I dream about so thou come on you. Thou be my you. You share your moon so epoch pattern. Hey. Thou be my meal. Minimity. Obini ho. Not at all. But that's hey. You. Still now you. This way. After you. Hey. Jesus the correct. Perfecto. Until you can go bald, you don't have the right to say shit to me. But I'm in my birthday suit. 53 years ago, what would I mean going straight here? It will be anchored there. 53 years ago, what woman? I mean going straight here. I will appreciate it very much, minimum, if I can live in my authenticity. There is too many of you out there doing too much that I cannot. This is me. This is all of me. 53 years ago, what to one na born straight yeah in the trouble. Na me hear dreadlocks. Na me tree no hear Jerry Kells. No hear pen me. Na say a topic na me there wo haiwa. Ba the man hwe I don't see that. Me making appearance in your sasha. One I remember when I'm come more than can son and my can comment. My eba. Inti. Nam better macade. the person you people knew sometime back, even if you knew me an hour ago, I have grown. I have grown. Okay? I have grown. I see the loves. I see the love. I see the love at the catcher, the catcher, the catcher, the catcher. And it throw back. And it throw back. Listen. I know I am amazing at analysis. I know I am great at insults. I have led that to heights that I personally, I think I have sent every message I need to send out there to whoever the fuck I need to send a message to. So I maturely beg to take leave of that face of who you also need to be. It's not by force that you change your view of what sort of image you are going to see of me now. It's not an obligation. It's not even an obligation to come and look at me. But I'm giving you the disclaimer that you are going to have 365 days of pure, unadulterated, how I feel me. Okay? If you look at my topic, I say metaphysics. And metaphysics is, I've given a description of it in my the description portion of the YouTube. Okay, it's there. I've given and I know I have screamed out here more than the number of times I can count that. So baby, I might know that one. Uncle, I agree with you. Okay. I'm sure I'm a cut up wasn't answering planning your name. I'm sure I'm mammy. So this is what 53 looks like if you want to be honest to yourself. Okay. No bone straight, no hair transplant, no wig, no whatever then no nothing. Until you can rock this. Shush about me, shush. Okay, so metaphysics, because do you know, please, it's only, I don't want to use any insult, but do you know how much you lose by having a closed brain, not to hear something new, understand something that is being said, like it's you need to be open-minded, okay? You need to be as open-minded as Sam George. Sam George of LGBTQ versus the Sam George of Parliament looking on phone. They are two different people, but they are both open-minded people. Okay? Be that open-minded. Mopocho, if you don't know, you can Google. Do you know that anger, it blurs your vision? Anger, it affects your eyesight. I don't know if you know. If you don't know, like I didn't know for some time until quite recently, it will do you a favor that when you get angry, no matter how right you are in your anger, you yourself, you are blurring your vision. I'm not saying don't be angry, but you have to find the anger that is worth you losing your eyesight. Anyway, manka the mama bufu, ma bufu. Name who know you food, you know what they be all food. Oh, here Osa na ahwɛ mpo a menu efura. But that man free or them catch na ho banti. You be see no. Ana nipa na azu na oza aye no me chana on nji. Nti me pede menu efura rather than me anger. Ono your choice. Ewa. Ina say nyima criticisms. Ono no cause rheumatism. Criticisms. Ono no create rheumatism. Nyima go to me Google na metaphysics. Okocho. I'm not mature. Metaphysics. So I don't know why I should carry it on my bald head. Chase those crazy bald heads out of the eye. See, I'm abakadam. Brotherhood. What I don't even understand, because you better believe that you know I Yemubia anti politics as Yemubia aim how the countries run around the world, including our dear nation. We are so blinded. Like we are so blinded to a point that I'm sure it must be an entertaining segment for these people that we come here to fight for, to advocate for, to scream for, to create enemies amongst ourselves for. They must be sitting back in their rocking chairs, laughing their asses off. And why not? Yeah, campaign. No. How many of Dr. Baumia's children did you see even wearing a t-shirt? How many of his biological children did you see even wearing a t-shirt? How many? How many of the times you saw Sharaf, Mahama, or Sasoroku, whether he has gone to the boxing arena in Bukom, or whether he is chilling with some girls, sipping on different sorts of cocktails? How many times did you see him wearing the Papa t-shirt? How many times? How many times did you see him put on a camera as we do? Farida, or Treo, Bonstray hair, our cotton. Now, we need be the war, half of me. Trinidad ascribe be a mistake na or fagel on the picture, not or casse, or beppers of the warina. Now, much come and now because on one son fata. And soon capa I can. Yeah. And the question I'm asking is, Sa ebufuna ye kasa ye aqua. Okay, this is self-acquired. Obia smile most of the time. Most of the time, you say nipa no obehu ana obe acknowledge ana. Why do you think we are always complaining say and yeah kasa po obi afa phone in frame obi so that's what you are actually looking for. It's like a man supposedly omu feminist na mema ya until obenya ba ko aka say sister me wow, then they bow even when they are sitting on stools. They don't even use their name anymore. Now they have to be attached to the person to be bigger. No, now, and yes, Obana, you see, case study. Odu now, Odi now, with trouble, Mema, come on. Supposedly justified. While girls be brave, as you say, they are right by being wrong. Now, no. Or when it be no, Unya Bema fourth hand, because when according to sources, or for and son, metaphysics and pick up by EOA fact. Down baby, see, no. If you ask the same, check the ome who put on the dama and him fourth generation. Wow, or the on him account. Madame Bessiano, and more but that out there, being who here. Somebody said I should come and advise a couple. I said, I beg you, do they want to continue with their marriage or date looking for divorce? Because my expertise, my date for divorce session. I don't do. Now, you can't come up and him the maba. Then what you may take, business ideas from Oprah Winfrey. Why am I going to Oprah Winfrey to listen to marriage advice for what? Are you mad? Don't come to me for marriage advice. I don't have any. It's a markup, Lomahin, and counting. So, Marshama, some papa there being angry. I am one of the occasion I never freedom because you brave. Oh, Shabe. Now, but much because how much is it costing me to be angry at some idiot? Is it worth it? I am angry at a country, at leaders who are friends. The vetting is a stupid fucking waste of time. You are all applauding one affair is not nature in the end. What a fucking waste of time. But you see, we are all blinded. When your cataract or blind, cataract on your side story. Try religion and politics. Cataract or little to the blindness that we are suffering from religion and politics. If we were not suffering from religion and politics, it go to the Ghana. One would try soften. One person, one radio station, one TV stations, members of parliament. Now I'm the intricacies. Now I go into the crevices of why they are so sure that these pastors are thieves. And then these same MPs, they suddenly get favorites of the supposed ones who are seen into the future to tell us who is going to be the next. Are we that stupid? Don't you see that these people are working hand in hand? Both parties, all parties, the political world. If we still do believe that our presidents have been the people running our countries, then the conversations need to be paused for a century. And then maybe those ones will be, up there. Is anybody following? Metaphysics. That's what I've been reading. I refuse to be blind because I am angry. I refuse. SKB, I tagged you on one of these platforms. I'm saying, yay. I've been with the Ben and any baby. SKB. Once a enemies for no reason and performing that they are one. Are you not seeing? Me banner make my baby microphone into some microphone or more too much. Rebecca, I said, if I way, but the ABCD. But you know what's beautiful? I've matured, and it's such a beautiful thing to sit back and see who you were, what you have seen, and how you have progressed, how you have had the opportunity to use a human being, a circumstance to better yourself, especially spiritually. I'm so grateful because without this person and the turmoil that came in 2020, I wouldn't have pounced on this gem. I wouldn't have. I mean, I brag with it when I say, before somebody came to say some crap about my child and myself later on, nobody knew me. And yet all this shit had happened. Okay. So that should tell you that I've got it. I've got like I am the it of it. And if I needed to prove this portion of me, so the fuck be it. I'll do it same way and better the next time if any motherfucker dares me. Just coming to say I call truth does not mean the Araba in me has become another name. No, I am still the same. Yeah, whatever you want to call me. No insult is is too much for me. I haven't had those in a moment. So I refuse to be the brain to come and sit here to campaign for anybody. I sit back and I ask myself, that's a minimum. Obviously, these people I have sat back and read far deep, wide deep, where, however, and I realized, you know what, they are not even managing their own affairs themselves. They are just figureheads. They have bigger, mightier authorities above them. And even if it wasn't the case, my study recently has taught me that when the Bible says love is the greatest, I mean, let's look at the law of grace. Ọya dum bi nta o, onye mi nyansa bi, onye ma ahoɔfɛ bi, onye musu bi, onye busua bi a mefi, onye degree bi a me, onye hwee, onye adum bi nti. Nti sɛ, what's the point? Okay, so why am I supposed to stay angry or bitter or whatever and keep going in the negative energy just to please some idiots who don't amount to anything in my life? When in my own soul, I am not happy with living that life because that was not me. That was for me to prove a point like, listen, I can dig the gutter myself and rent it endlessly. Like I can go as let's go. But nobody pays me to do that. And so why stay there when I have matured and I have seen like this is not the route to go. So I am too wise to be anybody's spokesperson. So with my wisdom, what am I going to do on my own, Mankasa, as a person? Since I can sit back and see the wrong of this president and the wrong of this candidate and the wrong and what could have been here and what they should do, like we know it all. Follow one champion man of time. Namatna one of my okay, mini now one yellow. Instead, the anapabia must have come and I'm a bishop, but the academy and wine. Most of these people that they are going to hold accountable are way older than their assets. So the question actually is what uh, J.F. Kennedy was asking or saying or imploring. One Kasa, so what have you done for your country? We have so many critics. We have so many analysts. Waba. Indobiyara. ɛna mama pɛ na moka yi ɛna afei nneɛma aka nyɛ dam ɛna eyi fa ha ɛna dafia ama kɔyɛ dei ɛna nkyɛ ɔdɔ wɔyɛ dam ɛna ɔdɔ wɔyɛ dei ɛna eyi in my opinion ɔyɛ insult ɛna ihe nyinaa yɛ nyim nyinaa nti mpɔtɔ ihe na yɛ nyim nyinaa dama yɛ nyansɛn no obviously yɛ nyim nyansa sɛn nkorɔfo no nti na yɛtum yɛhu wɔn fault nyinaa no nti ihe nso nyansafo ihe nso abazi na yɛdze yɛn nyansɛn yɛdze ayɛ individually first ansa na yɛakɔ collective. Sɛ yɛbɛka nokware ama yɛn ho a nti dɛ nti na yɛn tɔgbaa na yɛnyɛ ezibesi wɔ enyiwa do dɛ ɛbɛfa nkorɔfo ma wɔapra no every weekend na make sure that there is no loitering there. Do that. Does that change the leadership to be more? No, it wouldn't. But it would change the environment na wankasa etim na edge no mu mframa no. How many times do you go into a very rich neighborhood? There is one particular case study that I feel regional or Tapradi, but unless I do a voiceover because I was so angry when I was doing that video. Like, if you see the beauty of the house, if you see the sort of Range Rover and I think Mercedes and whatever, Wapak will feel. And from Guy Unifie to the main junction on work, but the whole stretch is pretty bad. Now, in that same and this wise person has done well to look for the exact color of the foam. And here, almost a paint in the dining. Now, why air condition everywhere? Instead, there, obey sika. Obohwehwe na nkofo the classmates obi ibi obi wo municipal and the metropolitan office and local government obenye obi onyimo obi owo tipa onyimo obi owo ebubu project obi obutu akasisa mboba onyo no damazi na why no penny wise pound foolish new every day ihuntuma na ɔrebadan no mu no sisi aso watoto ntokuro no because of air condition nti ɔnkɔ out na ɔgya ɔyiheli dama because we are waiting for government to come and do it. And need I say more about governance and whether they are lackadaisical, they don't care, like do we need to go down I don't have to. I don't need to have rheumatism. But on that banana in here. Inti awusu na akoto woda no ho. Na esi woda no. Na eda net prot ho. Enyi nyansa de awu na eji mframa no ko. No fa na za ban court na after 18 years. In real case na one more points na ezi ehwia oni na yerba ni enya. Na yerba ni enya. Na but your air conditioning SB bobo we are doing and from boho. Into Wumbana one of yard in a woods are run. In na yezi tundra, yerbo true. You think that is wise? This is the problem we are having. We are so busy being angry. We are so busy taking pictures of potholes for the purpose of coming to prove a point. And yet driving, and now you almost take us at the same time. Yes, and still you are driving your rickety car through it without giving a damn how you are going to contribute to make it better because this is where you are going to live until you die. No, you want to drive through the undulations and keep complaining. And while you are complaining, your eyesight is blurring and you are getting sickness. See, You are never at ease. Disease. Metaphysics will show you. Diseases. It's your body not at ease. It's diseased. It's not at ease. That so when it is not at ease, when you are angry, when you are regretful, when you are revengeful, when you are just name them, then you are not at ease. So you are diseased. Yerbabi Baba. I am not ready. Don't worry. This won't be the first time I'll be seen as a lunatic. So don't worry. Why should anybody care that I am going to change my content for my health and for the truth that why should anybody care? Nobody should give a damn. But you can sit back and watch and see how my life transforms because you are creating enemies and it's senseless because these people are one. They are one. They are one. Yesterday I was at somewhere, it's a commercial place, and this lady was going on and on and on, talking about my baby daddy, taking advice from me about my baby daddy. I think about him wanting to date her and stuff, and I was like, oh, I should try it. Da, 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 da. So she was telling me how they just came from some international meeting and how before the primaries, the opposition then told the incumbent then that, oh, say yeah, primaries, so no more 5,000. Mama Ubia 5,000. It's yes, your mama 6,000. So close. You really think that say Ablakwa, Haruna, Zaneto, only you 5,000. Eh? Emma Omudiboma, Emma Asenso watching crank omu yes ikane your friend say Brian Champon I mean. Omu ma omu Emma omu to reciprocate here. Now what will come reach? You can create all the enemies you want for yourself. Like I said, metaphysics has taught me otherwise. This is the angle I'm going to come from. Abazina ami, unze mi news. Abazina ami motu mai. After all the long analysis of everybody's mistake, after all the I hear and go your other way them and your other for her in the internet worry, no way the man will go win, no way the man will bring your fruits, no way the man I know all of it. It's Mancasa so Abazana Mizai. Mancasa Abazana Mizai. Hey, sure, menopause was a honey. What have I done with it myself? Nothing. But I'm not to my complaining now. Motum hey. Motum about analyze what should have been done, what should have been said, what should have been great. So I'm going to concentrate on what I am going to do, what I'm going to add. You don't have to like my content because I'm not going to. So no, I'm not going to be angry about nothing. Or maybe she has some on someone. I'm not going to go blind because I'm angry. I'm not going to have rheumatism or joint pains because I am resentful. No, I'm not going to criticize. Missy, criticism is my analysis in my. I'm suna mini no. I'm so abazina my. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Before I come and ask you what you want or what you have done, I'm Ankasa Reshasi. Yeah. Where is this thing? I think I downloaded. So this is where I'm coming from this year. Maba campaign. They are all lying to everybody. So since they know themselves, they should come out and sell themselves to the electorates. It's not my job. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you. I'll say, you see, Ghanaians, we love to copy Abrofuanka, Abrofuanka, Abrofu any say, Abrofu economy no tifa, Abrofu no more UAD, Abrofu no more voting against you, Abrofu, but Bronino can say, ask not what your country and if Ghana for the answer. Well, I hope say when I take the lead, somebody will follow. Or say, ask not what your country can do for you. Mrs. Oko Archbishop Portes and Calvin say every single end of semester, Sister Jacinta will say these words to us. Ask not. Right? The group say, why? Or say, this is inaugural address by John F. Kennedy. Okay, Adieway, January 20th, 1961. Or say, Vice President Johnson, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chief Justice, President Eisenhower, Vice President Nixon, President Truman, Reverend clergy, fellow citizens, we observe today not a victory of party. No, we knew. Everyone say NDC and NPP na JM and Nanado Emma speech. Or say sa win enya for NDC and for NPP. Enya for your party. Enya for celebration of freedom. We observe today not a victory of party, but a celebration of freedom, symbolizing an end as well as a beginning, signifying renewal as well as change. For I have sworn before you and Almighty God the same solemn oath our forebears prescribed nearly a century and 3/4 ago. The world is very different now. Saa time nipo na ọkasa ahụ na ene baby a yɛdu. The world is very different now. For man holds in his mortal hands, the power to abolish all forms of human poverty. Or say me ne wo any obia enye aban in a cry destiny. Yen nyina ye kra wo yen sem, we hold it in our mortal hands. All men, it no say emra sesa. Can it say king, queen, or say emra sesa ye be who set in our mortal hands. It's a me can say I mean metaphysics. I deal with Misha so I catch him say ampa. I create my own world. And he said, Debia mi bubefua, na say, and one a big creating I am not going to do it. And I am living proof of it that when I am not angry, everything actually does go my way. So why not? The only difference is I'm going to try to share tidbits with you because and therefore so I'll just come and say, instead of me saying baby at him, not because I don't want to. And for some mommy, ever since you cry, I'm on issues, yeah, then why? But I'll see, man holds in his mortal hands the power to abolish all forms of human poverty and all forms of human life. One I will hold to what we say. And yet, I'll say, yeah, what's that to me now? And yet, the same revolutionary beliefs for which our forebears fought are still at issue around the globe. The belief that the right of man come not from the generosity of the state, but from the hand of God. And yet the generosity of the state and America for our America mind John F. Kennedy na air cancer which wrong. Say, we person say, and yet the generosity of Abine, and yet say America Abino, almost dog promo, no more musicasa mufandi, no more COVID, yeah, no. This is his inaugural speech. This is not him in the church. And this is the American president. But we will not want to go and emulate this. Say, America, dear, the American criticisms need trouble. We saw. Now we did now what do I drink to? Now we try out when we say and pray. It is not the generosity. It's the emphasis here. Yes, see a 2 gold or Ghana. I feel yeah, Musumi Bia, Ebema will be £1,000. The whole Ghana and his capital. So to me, no, I can't say and baby. And then you American, and then your Bible be American, and I say, JF Kennedy now, now, say, one of the presidents of America, Lucia, would require citizenship exam, or no can't say, or say, we dare not forget today that we are the heirs of that first revolution. Sir, now go upon the first revolution. Emu omo omudi adie. Heirs to the throne. First revolution. Heirs. Or say, let the word go forth from this time and place. And na edusuna fe na Ghana for me se mumba yentie. Or say, mama se mo amike enkwe train free and neko simre something wo mie ina. Or say, let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike. Yɛadamfofoɔ ne yɛatamfo nyinaa, momma wɔn ntie. Let them hear that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans born in this century, tempered by war, disciplined by a hard and bitter peace, proud of our ancient heritage, and unwilling to witness or permit the slow undoing of these human rights to which the nation has always been committed and to which we are committed today at home and around the world. Let every nation know, whether it wishes America well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, in order to assure the survival and the success of liberty. This much we pledge and more. To those old allies whose cultural and spiritual origins we share, we pledge the loyalty of faithful friends. United, there is little we cannot do in a host of cooperative ventures. Divided, there is little we can do, for we dare not meet a powerful challenge at odds and split asunder. I hope you say before. To those new states whom we welcome to the ranks of the free, we pledge our word that one form of colonial control shall not have passed away merely to be replaced by a far more iron tyranny. We shall not always expect to find them supporting our view, but we shall always hope to find them strongly supporting their own freedom, and to remember that in the past, those who foolishly sought power by riding the back of the tiger ended up inside the tiger. To those people in the huts and villages across the globe, Ghana struggling to break the bounds of mass misery, we pledge our best efforts to help them help themselves for whatever period it is required, not because the communists may be doing it, not because we seek their votes, but because it is right. If a free society cannot help the many people who are poor, then that society cannot save the few people who are rich. To our sister republics south of our border, we offer a special pledge to convert our good words into good deeds in a new alliance for progress, to assist free men and free governments in casting off the chains of poverty. But this peaceful revolution of hope cannot become the prey of hostile powers. Let all our neighbors know know that we shall join with them to oppose aggression or subversion anywhere in the Americas, and let every other power know that this hemisphere intends to remain the master of its own house. To that world assembly of sovereign states, the United Nations, our last best hope in an age where the instruments of war have far outpaced the instruments of peace, we renew our pledge of support to prevent it from becoming merely a forum for, invective, to strengthen its shield of the new and the weak, and to enlarge the area in which its rate may run. Finally, this is where we should be concentrating on. Finally, to those nations who would make themselves our adversaries, we offer not a pledge but a request. Oh, no, oh, 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 oh. So I didn't intend to be rude or no function. Okay. Sorry, TikTok. Or say, finally, to those nations who would make themselves our adversary, we offer not a pledge, but a request that both sides begin anew the quest for peace before the dark powers of destruction unleashed by science engulf all humanity in planned or accidental self-destructions. We dare not tempt them with weakness, for only when our arms are sufficient beyond doubt can we be certain beyond doubt that they will never be employed. But neither can two great and powerful groups of nations take comfort from our present course. Both sides overburdened by the cost of modern weapons, both rightly alarmed by the steady speed of the deadly atom, yet both racing to alter the uncertain balance of terror that stays the hand of mankind's final war. So let us begin anew. Let us begin anew, remembering on both sides that civility is not a sign of weakness, and sincerity is always subject to proof. Let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate. Let both sides explore what problems unite us instead of belaboring those problems which divide us. Let both sides, for the first time, formulate serious and precise proposals for the inspection and control of arms, and bring the absolute power to destroy other nations under the absolute control of all nations. Let both sides seek to invoke the wonders of science instead of its terrors. Together, let us explore the stars, conquer the deserts, eradicate diseases, tap the ocean depths, and encourage the arts and commerce. Let both sides unite to heed in all corners of the earth the command of Isaiah, and the quotation being also unto the heavy, unto undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free. And if A bench head of cooperation may push back the jungle of suspicion. Let both sides join in creating a new endeavor, not a new balance of power, but a new world of law where the strong are just and the weak secure and the peace preserved. All this will not be finished in the first 100 days, nor will it be finished in the first 1,000 days, nor in the life of this administration, nor even perhaps in our lifetime on this planet. But let us begin. In your hands, my fellow citizens, more than in mine as the president, will rest the final success or failure of our cause. Since this country was founded, each generation of Americans have been summoned to give testimony to its national loyalty. The graves of young Americans who answered the call to service around the globe says so. Now, the trumpet summons us again, not as a call to bear arms, though arms we need, not as a call to battle, though embattled we are, but a call to bear the burden of a long twilight struggle, year in and year out, rejoicing in hope, patience in tribulation, a struggle against the common enemies of man, which is tyranny, poverty, disease, and war itself. Can we forge against these enemies a grand and global alliance, North and South, East and West, that can assure a more fruitful life for all mankind? Will you join in the historic effort? In the long history of the world, only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger. I do not shrink from this responsibility. I welcome it. I do not believe that any of us would exchange places with any other people or any other generation. The energy, the faith, the devotion which we bring to this endeavor will light our country and all who serve it. And the glow from the fire can truly light the world. And so, my fellow Americans and Ghanaians, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. My fellow citizens, ask not what America can do for you, but what that we can do for the freedom of man. Finally, whether you are citizens of America or citizens of the world, ask of us the same high standards of strength and sacrifice which we ask of you. With a good conscience, our only sure reward, with history, the final judge of our deeds. Let us go forth and lead the land we love, asking God's blessings and His help, but knowing that on earth, God's work must truly be our own. I am grateful that I have been wise enough to have criticized as much as I've done. I am grateful that I've done so much analysis on every subject there has been. I have matured and I have realized the dangers in being angry. the dangers in being angry, and the dangers health-wise, spiritually, and the dangers of by all means, let all the rest of the people go ahead being on the government, for making sure that the government does what it says it will do. Let them do all of that. Let them go on sitting back, thinking, being smart enough to choose who should be the next flag bearers of whichever parties. Let them do all of that. But those people who are that wise, what are they doing themselves, by themselves, with all that wisdom to help the country? Because if we are all that wise and we can even advise the sitting former president to come, we can advise all of them, then how much more can we use this wisdom? I think we should all do that so that we even feel more morally correct when we come at my birthday. And I'm still eating my autumn. I'm eating it through the month of February. So I'm going to do that. And then, as unpredictable as I am, you might say I'll come and something will come up and I wouldn't. So let's just meet when we meet. Thank you so much for having me in your house. And yes, I have hit my reset button. 24-hour economy. So I am enjoying this. Yeah, I'm walking bold for as long as I deem fit. This is how I was born 53 years ago, without the roots. So enjoy your life, be yourself, be your authentic selves. Be your authentic selves. Like enjoy you. Like I get tired. No, hey Ben, I read somewhere that you say you claim you look for me. Where you look for me baffles me, because the same medium you used to communicate that you came and you looked for me, you never sent a message there when you were supposedly Apaba and Say Jenny, and thank God for your safe arrival wherever you are. So yeah, if you can't go exhibit, don't say not to me. My Ezra Queen, I'm loving it. Anywho, um, to stay out of being negative, let me just open my head. Masala, let me be in the hand. No matter there. It's not about that time. So, namaste. Metaphysics, I'll come and read certain books that I have read and how it's helping. Hi, Inti. Namaste. Obia baby, I'm a danasi. Millicent Akayensu, Larry Lewis, Ben Nakaboro, Kojo John, Anna, Hajia, MJ Adams. Hey, Becky K, Ebeya, okay. Hajia, Esimoira, blogger, this early morning to WhatsApp. Hajia Mpocho, first of all, me a blogger, me a Moira. I am just that. Me a blogger. I'm just that. Two, me sure them listen do in Matago. Into us this early, a what you have as well. I want to know. Becky K. Ne, had you also money miss road? Money miss road go where? Money miss road. Then what's the guy? Haja Mushi Baby, MJ Adams. Sana and the Bay, there were issues. And also be for you. Ekua Akosombo, Nyanti Chua, Agnes Dapa, Nana Kwame Akwe, Augusta Opoku, oh, Nina Kuti, Nina Otedan, Eric Kobe Abaka, Udamu Yasi Dawobe, Smart Do, Udamu Nasi. Tick tock, tick tock. Oh, door sign. Kwame Rasta. Professor Wagon. Wagon. Ne naba asɛm ayɛ Professor Wagon. Kokuyan, Efia Sapon, Asante Berima, Isha William, Adepa. It's unstable, so kindly permit me to end this stream. So, yes, I have moved to different location. With time, maybe you get to see where I am. So, when I want to ask, obey, I thank you and see you when I see you.